The FBI is looking into a contract Rosemont awarded a security firm to oversee several venues, including the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. Rosemont and the Stevens family, who have run the northwest suburbs since its foundings, are again under scrutiny, with the FBI questioning current and former village employees. They said they've been asked about a security contract handed to the clout-heavy Chicago company, and also about allegations of corruption in Rosemont's Public Safety Department. In 2015, Rosemont officials awarded a contract to Monterey Security Consultants to oversee security at public venues including Allstate Arena, the Rosemont Theater, and the village-owned Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. Records show Monterey has been paid roughly $5 million for the work, which was awarded without Rosemont officials seeking competitive bids for other security firms. Over the past year, the FBI agents have asked current and former village employees about the contract, sources said. We're following the money, according to the FBI. The FBI had also interviewed people about Rosemont Public Safety Department, which reports to Mayor Bradley Stevens, but is run by his nephew, Donald E. Stevens III, according to sources, speaking on the conditions that have not yet been identified. That has nothing to do with this. When they talk to me, one guy said, they question everything. The pills, the steroids, the beatings, all that stuff. The FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office would not comment. Donald E. Stevens would not comment. Bradley Stevens said he was unaware of any federal investigation or any organized drug activities among his Rosemont employees. Overall, Bradley Stevens said the Public Safety Department is stellar. If there is any issue, if someone brings it to my attention, we'll deal with it. Well, we've heard that before when it came to the Kenneka Jenkins case. The FBI wanted to step in. Her mom needed your help. And these are your favorite words. If there was any issues, bring it to your attention and you'll deal with it. And according to the public, you didn't do anything regarding her death. And then you have a guy that you hired or have a contract with who has a history of suffocating people, and Kenneka Jenkins died of hypothermia, but there were signs of suffocation. Wouldn't that make you look into this firm or a little more into her incident? Or allow the FBI to do that? But now the FBI is looking at your department and your village that you and your family has been running for decades, and it seems to be a problem that you all can't handle. So maybe they can get you to step out the way, you and your family, and someone else take over and see if Rosemont will become a better place. Monterey lost its security contract at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where the Minnesota Vikings play, and allegations of ghost payrolling, overbilling, and having unqualified workers were the case. It was stated that Rosemont Public Safety Department allowed Monterey Security Department to wear police uniforms with the word police on them, and sometimes with the word sheriff on the front. And that is a fraud, because they're not police, they are security acting and forcing themselves on people as if they were police. So that is a problem, again, by the Rosemont Public Safety Department or Police Department, because they are not doing background checks on some of these workers, which sources said, and they're arming guys playing the role as police who's not even registered or able to have guns.
Everybody recording, we need to be calling the police. What the fuck? He in that Walmart. He got on a pink sock and a white sock. What do you think about?
He wasn't trying to get caught up today, was he? Got the sister sock on. Little brother drawers on.
Take that out. Security got the customers helping.
A Rosemont Public Safety Sergeant charged with armed robbery had been accused of using his position with the department to get large groups of individuals, including convicted felons, into events at the Allstate Arena without tickets or security checks. Former top officer Commander Frank Siciliano has made claims that the village of Rosemont, which he had worked for nearly 3 decades, pushed him out of his position for no longer cooperating with their crime cover-ups. He states that this community has been run by the Stephenses for many generations, which is a part of the large problem. And speaking of political agendas, former state representative Ralph Caparelli, a Democrat in Chicago, in this picture pocketed more money from his campaign account than anybody else between 2016 and 2010 in legalized money grab Illinois legislators approved. He pocketed $583,357. But he wasn't the only one in this legalized money grab, which Obama, our former president, calls legalized bribery. He and a whole lot of others were involved in this legalized money grab. It entails, when you running a campaign for office, any monies that's left over from whatever you didn't use that was donated to you, you can pocket the money after a certain date. So this is what these, future campaign runners, what they're doing. So for instance, if you want to run for a campaign and you have sponsors and they give you up to $1 million and you only spend $500,000, by a certain date, if you don't spend the rest of the money, it's legal for you to keep it. And that's what a lot of the campaign or political fundraisers were happening in Illinois. So when it comes to Mr. Stephenses and all the political agendas and everything else that's happening in Illinois, you put it all together and you don't know who's who and what they're doing. And I'm using this as an example because in the rest of the article and other research that I've been doing on the news that they just put out about Rosemont, being under FBI investigation, they stated that they were doing bribery for hotels and things of that nature. So that's why I bring that up just now. Leave your thoughts and comments below, and I'll see you next time on 24K Info.